Microdose, yeah, Microdose. Hosted by Kush and Robyn Setos. Talking the talk, cause they got things for you to know. Let's go party with Miss Robyn in the games on Cameo. Yeah, Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. Microdose, Microdose, dose. What gets this next? Go and take a guess. No matter who it is, every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. If you disagree, you're crazy, simple as chess. Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you with the 75th edition of Microdose Volume 2. More milestones than we know what to do with, and celebrating another milestone. It's actually her 1-year anniversary in the BosNet family. Robyn Setos, Miss Robyn, if you're nasty, happy anniversary. Yay.
Yay, I'm still here. You can't get rid of me.
Glitter.gif.
Whoa! I was shocked.
I am too. I gotta clean all this up again.
Oh.
I think I got like one left in the chamber. And then that's it. No more glitter gun. Robyn Setos, as I said, it's been a year. How do you feel about things? What have you learned in this rotation around the earth?
Oh man, what a year it's been from June to June. Craziness. I feel like I've grown a lot. I've been happy to contribute to something after kind of not doing anything cooperative for a long time.
Doing a great job. Not only did you join me on the Microdose as someone I can like finally bounce stuff off of, but it was your idea, like, hey man, maybe we should start like interviewing people. And I was like, oh, you think we're ready? And you're like, yeah, why we could always be not ready, but you know. And so we started doing that. But on top of that, you started doing a weekly beer review called Polite Beer Expressions, harp.mp4. And then you came up with a game, the Robyn Setos Cameo Party, which has actually been a great compliment to all the guests we have on the show. Like at first they don't know what to do about it, but then they get the hang of it, and then they get this competitive nature, and all of a sudden they're super into being a guest on the show.
Oh yeah.
That is all because of you, Miss Robyn. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, I guess I don't really give myself enough credit for how much I have contributed to all this craziness. But yeah, I feel good about what I've cultivated, and I'm thankful to you, Kush, for giving me this space to try things out in. And some things have come forward and flourished, and some things have kind of petered out and never really saw the light of day, and that's just kind of how things go. But
that's how things go.
Yeah, you know, and you've been supportive, so I feel like this is a good environment for me to kind of keep stretching my creative muscles, and I hope for another year and another year, and we'll see. I don't have any plans of going anywhere.
Okay, good.
Despite all my technological issues throughout this year, the most I think I've ever had in the entire lifetime of me owning various computers and laptops. So it kind of forced me to think a little bit creatively in different problem solving things. So keeps me on my toes. It's good to have something outside of work scheduled regularly, the extracurriculars or whatever, you know. I'm a big loner. I don't usually like collaborating with people, but you're pretty chill, you know. I feel like I get really good, honest feedback from you whenever I've got something going on, and you know, you're usually willing to give most things the old college try before you're kind of like, all right, nix that.
Or at least let's try it differently.
Yeah,
we're not doing something correctly. I don't know.
But,
Who would you say has been your favorite guest?
I feel like it's a cop out to say Kai because he's just Kai, you know.
Kai's still a guest, but yeah, that's all right.
I mean, I think I said him last time you asked me that question, but he's just so much fun. I feel like we always have just the most loose fun with him. He's just a charismatic guy with a great personality.
For sure.
Outside of him, I've had a lot of fun with Drew Angelman. I know he was on pretty recently, but he's a many time returning guest to the Microdose podcast, and I enjoy his work outside of his podcasting stuff, and his Angel Cake production stuff is pretty well edited and entertaining, and yeah, I think the more times we have people on, the better chemistry I think we have. So maybe that's why I feel a little bit like those episodes are a little better, get better over time.
I agree about that. You know, I try to get you as involved, you know, and I'm like, you know, if you got any questions, like this is the dude to ask question X or whatever, you know. And not always, you don't always have a question, but has there been a time where you did want to ask a question and I just didn't get to you, or we ran out of time? There was a hot minute where the show could only be 40 minutes long if we had 3 or more people on the show or on the Zoom conference. And that was before I was just went like, all right, here's $15, go away. But yeah, were we ever in a situation like that? Or
I think now that since recording the last time that I was on the show with Len Kavizinski, I think since that show I've had more time to kind of like get to know his media better and just him as a person. So I feel like there would be maybe more questions on that end, just because I'm a little bit more familiar with his stuff now. Maybe Kevin Gill, just to kind of like
okay.
ask him about like wrestlers and stuff, because I'm kind of a sucker for what are they like in real life, huh? I know some people think that kind of ruins the illusion of it, but I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like it's definitely everything has a context, and you know, outside of wrestling, you know that this person probably isn't, you know, Sting doesn't just wear makeup when he goes home at night. Or maybe he does. Who knows? But I mean,
did you ever see Sting when he was a televangelist?
Whoa.
Steve Sting Borden is a super religious dude, and
I had no idea.
He was retired from wrestling for, you know, like 10 years. He'd still go to conventions, sign an autograph, wave a picture, swing the bat or whatever. He got a spot as a televangelist with 2 other folks. It was kind of like Christian Good Morning America, but they tried to like pump it up with like pomp and pizzazz, and they're like showing old footage of Sting like flying in on a helicopter for whatever WCW event he was heading to at that moment. And then, you know, it was a weird show. The only episode I saw was when he had Shawn Michaels on, and then, you know, they talked about God and faith and, you know, sobriety and blah 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 blah. This was like 15 years ago, maybe longer now. But yeah, that's my Sting story. Sorry to interrupt again.
Wow, Sting. Well, you know, he's still swinging that baseball bat around. Anyway, it's been a good year. It's been a strange year.
It's been a very strange year, 1,000%. And
I've made
we're
the
just
best
trying to
of
navigate.
it, I think. Yeah.
That's good. I appreciate hearing that.
Yeah.
I think we've all been trying to do our best, and yeah, just to knock on wood, we keep it going. What has been your favorite Robyn Setos cameo party?
Oh man. There's been a lot of parties.
There's been a lot of parties now, and it's hard. I'm not gonna front. They all kind of blur into one party. Me
One
myself, I
long
think we've
party.
always had the best times with like the Outlook Hour gang.
Yeah, those guys are just hilarious, and they play off of each other really well. Uh,
Hmm.
so even when they don't know who anyone is, they have a good time with it. I think they those Overlook Hour guys, they really make the most out of their airtime, and that's probably just because that's the kind of people they are. They're behind any sort of recording media. They're just gonna dazzle you.
Well, they get the art. They understand the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's Friday today. There should be a review for the newest Escape Room movie. As of this recording, I haven't seen it yet, but we'll be checking that out manana.
Well,
But I did see a movie that we talked about last week. I finally saw Marvel's Black Widow,
wowie.
and overall the movie is just it's not bad. It's not good.
Hmm. Hmm.
I definitely didn't hate it. Um, Watched it one time with my brother-in-law because he's got the Disney Plus.
Mm.
Um, but my theatrical experience was the 4DX gimmick.
All right.
So I finally got to experience this thing, and I don't think I'm a fan.
Uh
I don't think
oh.
I'm a fan. So get to the theater, I find my seat. When we last left off, I was like, "Yeah, man, like I got two seats over here, and then one seat on the left." And well, so the two seats as we finished that recording, those filled up, and then there was just this one little buffer on my left, and that would remain closed or open or what unoccupied the remaining 24 hours. But so we get there, and I'm a large man. Like I'm not overweight, I'm not obese, but I'm a pretty big dude and wide, and the chairs are not. I don't think they're for the average Marvel MCU fan. Um,
Ugh.
Now, maybe I've been spoiled by the modern day theater recliner. Like those seats are nice and
They
wide,
are a
plush,
little bit
and like
luxurious.
yeah, it's really good. But even still, like a regular theater seat, like I can scooch around if I need to. No,
Right.
this thing is narrow. I felt super uncomfortable. Like you have your feet are never on the floor. They're on a little platform, much like a toddler in a baby's high chair.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so you're essentially in a giant car seat.
Yes, that's except there's no bar over you.
They don't have a
And
little belt or anything.
no belt, no safety harness, nothing like that.
Okay.
Um, so I snuck a Coca-Cola in. Don't tell
Uh-oh.
anybody.
Uh-uh.
Um, but it was a bottle. I got it from the Target down the street. I went to crack it open in the movie, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
something smells musty. And then I took the cap off. I'm like, wow, where's that must coming from? And then like a drop of Coca-Cola touched my lips. And I was like, oh shit, this is tainted. So I immediately sealed it back up.
Oh.
It came out just some musty ass cooler. I don't know. So I was like, well, we got to deal with that after the film. So not drinking that. And I can't really like leave it on the ground because. So here's the deal. There's like 7 rows in this theater, and they're in quadrants of 4 columns of 4. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I was the second seat in a batch of 4, and when something exploded, we moved around, we shook left and right. Someone shoots at a moving vehicle, the bullet goes through the glass and just past our protagonist, missing them, but a jet of air shoots out past your head. I was saying, oh, I got a big fear about this water gimmick. There's actually a little button on the seat rests that goes on or off. That's the only thing you do get control over. So I was like, off, and this empty seat on the left also off. I'm not doing that shit.
Spray.
No water spray.
No
I don't know
spraying.
what my neighbors to the right did. Very, very pleasant couple. They had a good time. They were not
Yeah,
a
it's
bother.
great. They sprayed each other afterwards. Anyway.
Yeah. At one point, we're in like Siberia. So, for whatever reason, I guess the jets on the right side of the theater with the left side of the theater shot out snow. And I was like, is that
What?
styrofoam? And as I'm trying to recall leaving the theater, and I saw no styrofoam. So I thought literally just ice shavings just got shot into the air.
Strange.
Explosions again, more shaking, but also like some strobe effects. I wouldn't say they're intense enough that they might trigger an epileptic reaction like you always get a warning for, but they're so, because of that, they're so inconsequential. I'm like, well, why is that a thing? Like I'm more
Just don't do it.
I'm kind of just distracted by how annoying that was. Like that didn't enhance my mood by any means.
I didn't feel like I was
Um
there at all.
But yeah, like, so my body the entire time, most of the time is shaking. The few times that we're motionless, it's weird. Like just sitting still is just like, nah, the, your your equilibrium's kind of still just wobbling around. You're like, oh, what's
Ugh.
going on here?
I'm like
If you get
seasick.
air sick or seasick, yes, I would not recommend this to anybody. Um, the folks on my right were like cuddling, but the dude on the opposite side of our buffer seat, he's just hanging out, like he's in it for the ride. He's laid
Ugh.
back, and when his body goes to the right, he goes to the right, and goes to the left, and he goes to the left.
Was he a more petite gentleman? Did he fit in the seat a little bit better than
Definitely a
you?
smaller dude. Oh, for sure,
Okay.
definitely a smaller dude. But I
Okay.
also I've been in a couple of car accidents, and I've also been hit by a couple of cars. So anytime we moved, I'm just like hunched over now and just
Yikes.
like a boxer sparring, like
Yeah, protect your neck.
protect my neck.
Goodness.
Exactly. Good call.
Oh.
Yeah, my body was gyrating like a Polynesian stripper. That's my favorite go-to line now.
Oh no.
But yeah, everyone else in the theater acting like RoboCop's nightmare. They're just rocking with it, like and meanwhile, me, I'm just like
Ah.
I'm not even sure like my head moved, but my neck and my torso and hips like were definitely going with the chair. Yeah, I'm thankful I didn't try this with Fast and Furious 9. I can see that being worse.
Ugh. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
So we tried it. It's not, I don't think it's for me. I doubt there'll be a second ride in my future. Glad we did it.
It's an experience.
It is an experience. It's also just distracting. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's several times, and like, we're not watching high art, folks, but there's times literally distracted with so much shaking that I was like, oh, how'd the car get in the subway center? What? Anyway. Black Widow, it's yeah, again, neither bad nor good.
Okay, that sounds
If
about what I had expected to hear from it. Like,
yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be like terrible,
no,
but I don't think it's gonna be a great movie.
definitely not getting an Oscar nomination next year. I doubt it'll even get an MTV Movie Award. But
Damn.
I mean, yeah, I treated it like it happened to be that quote unquote one movie I missed 5 years ago, and now just seeing it, and I went, okay, I feel more comfortable about this.
Okay, yeah, I understand that perspective.
A lot of times people will try and nitpick accents, and that does come up a lot of times here, but that's not the thing anybody should be nitpicking. Scarlett Johansson's character is Russian. Her parents, who are her fake parents, FYI, are also Russian. Her sister, who is also her fake sister, is also Russian. But there are times when it's only at most the four of them in a room, and they speak broken English like this: "You pass potatoes, and I must pour this drink of vodka, and we raised you very efficiently as Mother Russia instructed us. You should be giving us praise now." Like, this is not how they would be talking. It probably wouldn't sell, but I would love to see the Russian version of this, where they're just conversing in what's supposed to be their native tongue. We'll definitely have to get the dub for that, but that's where I think people's nitpick should be. Again, when it's Scarlett Johansson and the other chick, Florence Pugh, She's like, "What are you doing? Could you drive any more slower?" Like, you should just be talking like, "What are you doing? Why are you driving so slow? What the like?" It's just them two. Like, we get it. They're Russian. Either commit fully to the bit or don't do it at all. Has always been my thing. Did you
uh,
ever see Tom Cruise's Valkyrie?
no.
Solid movie.
Okay. Okay.
It's based on a true story about how a botched assassination on Hitler went from within his own regime.
Mm.
And even when I say that, like, that's so fucking stupid. Obviously they failed. But when you're in the movie, well, one, you're like, damn, this plan sounds legit. How do you fuck this up, guys? I gotta see it. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat here. Um,
Uh,
but the movie starts with someone, not Tom Cruise, even though we're on him, is just speaking German. And then it slowly just transitions into Tom Cruise English. He doesn't do a fancy accent. Some people try to, and you're like, what are you doing? Just come on, man. You're from Michigan. Just we've already set it up. Everyone's speaking German. You can just speak English here. It'll be okay. And that's how they got around that. Um, and they could have easily done that here in Black Widow, but maybe I'm asking too much. Maybe I'm nitpicking the nitpicks.
I
What?
mean, it was interesting. Accents are very interesting, and I mean, if you can't quite get the proper vernacular down, because there is a very specific way that Russian and English as a second language learners speak. There are certain like words that they'll leave out or pluralize or not pluralize, and it's all really subtle stuff, but it's all very characteristic of that kind of
When we
understanding
go
of
to
from Russian to
university,
English.
I used to
Right, you know.
smuggle a case of vodka in every week on my
Hmm.
floor, and the RA would be like, "Kush Hayes, don't you be bringing in vodka?" And I would, like, "Hey, fuck you and fuck your mother." Okay, my
Or like
broken English
this
Russian
lady I
accent
work with,
is very poor these days, but
she's I think she's Polish, and she say like she say like, do you check your spam folder?
of course
Instead
I
of
check spam folder. I click 1, 2, 3, there you go. Boom. Oh yeah, back to the Coca-Cola. Tried to set it in the empty seat, and the whole mechanism was just like, nope, this thing is gonna fly out of here if I don't like store it properly.
oh
So
my god.
I had to keep my popcorn bag in between my feet on my little high chair platform. I don't know if I spilled anything. I don't believe I did, but yeah, several times the drink in my cup almost flew into the chick on my right's face, and I went, "Oh my god!"
Man. Well, that doesn't sound relaxing at all. It sounds like the ride I described in the last episode.
People were
Right.
digging it. They,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know how
it's
you go
fun
to
in
the,
that context, but if you're just going to a movie to watch a movie, it's not really ideal.
well, I mean, like the boys at Red Letter Media always say, the Marvel movies are definitely a ride. Um, we're not going to be catching Zola in 4DX, and quite frankly, we would hope to not be catching Zola in 4DX. Actually, catching Zola in 4DX, you need to go to see a doctor to get a
Yeah,
remedy.
that would be pretty nasty. Everyone gets a free STD testing on their way out.
Mhm. Anyways, I think this is a good time to wrap up our 75th milestone.
Woohoo!
Robyn
Oh,
Seto,
yeah.
where are you and what are you gonna plug?
I'll plug the polite beer expressions. We mentioned those earlier. I'm on summer vacation right now. Those are gonna come back in August, probably with a new day, but probably still coming out at noon California time, because I work from home 2 days a week.
Hmm.
So, but I do have a quite extensive backlog of those going. I've been doing those for almost a whole year too, and I've been having a lot of fun with them. Taking a little break to kind of refresh my ideas and kind of writing style and what I kind of want to take the beer reviews from here. But what exists is pretty extensive. There's all sorts of different styles, a lot of different breweries, kinds of different craft stuff. If you like craft, it's great. So those are up on the BosNet.family, and I'll see you in August with some fresh stuff.
There you go. I do a bunch of stuff here. As of today, there should be a review for Escape Room Tournament of Champions. I think they're a little premature on that title. We should just call it Escape Room 2. Why not? or 2 Escape 2 Room. I don't know. Anyway, check out a non-BosNet event called Waffle Box. Me and friend of the family, Mike Fish, we get together once a week. We talk about everything and nothing all at the same time. Those come out every Wednesday. Speaking of this past Wednesday, Kush and Kai 57 dropped. We talk about the time we tried to make Gina Davis an action hero in Cutthroat Island.
Oh.
The movie's a little long, but I enjoyed it. Spoiler alert, the podcast is actually a lot of fun. I regret that I didn't get more promotion into it like I should have, but the summer, now that we're out of the COVID, has been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Kush, you say like, hey, I like that guy from Sweet Science Cinema. Can we get him and the dude from the Kick-Ass Movie podcast together? Yes, we can.
What?
This July 28th, Sweet Science Cinema 4, me and Jameel Hemphill, we're going to welcome director Len Kawasinski and talk about Wesley Snipes versus Ving Rhames in Walter Hill's Undisputed. That's coming up. Again, I wish we had put more promotion into this, but it is what it is. Fantastic episode. Check it out. That's July 28th on the BosNet.family, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, YouTube, etc.
Wow.
I've been Kush Hayes.
I have been Robyn.
You've been you.
Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
From the BosNet family.
I'm a large man.